Well, we've been driving for a little over 5 hours. I had to stop for gas, hit some traffic. At the end of the day, we're almost to Tioga right now. We're racing Bomb Hugger tomorrow. She's had a great summer. We've had a great summer, to be honest. And personally, for my family, they've had a great summer. I just watched my brother Mark win the Houghton Memorial with King of the North, a Walner colt. He looked fantastic. And I just watched the Hamiltonian maybe 10 minutes ago, and the winner was Captain Corey. That was he's by Goo Goo Gaga colt. He looked, I remember, I haven't watched many of his races this year, but I watched him race last year in his first lifetime start. I think it was his first lifetime start. He looked amazing. What are you doing back there with your chocolate face? 5 hours in the truck and a big smile on her face. Pretty hard to be unhappy with Addie there. Hey, wipe your dirty face off. There you go. So yeah, a great day of racing. We got to watch some of it on the way down the road. A great summer for us, and hopefully a great weekend for us. Yeah, we weren't without our hiccups, the same as we were last week. We had Slim Jimmy make a break and get beat. What's a filly's name? Taiwan On got beat, unfortunately, yesterday at Philadelphia. Now, Philadelphia is the hottest place, I think, in the universe. And to ship all the way down there, she was a little flat, scoped a little bit of mucus. We haven't taken her blood yet, but we did take her back to Ohio. We're going to work on her all week. Have our vet Mike look at Taiwan On, train her up, and then Tim is going to take her to the Poconos next Monday. So my week this week is going to look a little crazy. We got a bunch of them at the Urbana Fair on Tuesday. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I have double racing all over Ohio and Pennsylvania, I believe. I don't know about Thursday. Definitely Friday and Saturday. We got to go to a fair with the Trotting Fillies, and I think one other horse on Friday. And then Saturday night is our boy Slim Jimmy. Now, I had mentioned it in a brief note to our clients the other day. You know, anytime something goes wrong, anytime a horse makes a break, as a trainer, or I guess a former trainer, you have to be able to answer why. I mean, for your own sanity, but definitely for a little clarity and enlightenment for your clients, for your owners. What happened? Why did that particular horse make a break? If you remember back to his first start, where he was third, beat a neck, and raced so good, he had the same shoes on then. He had flip-flops and full swedges on. We didn't want to change that, even though theoretically you wouldn't think a horse like him would be able to get a hold of the track with full swedges and a full flip-flop on. But he had been racing well. Oliver. He had been racing well, so we opted to leave him the way he was. I couldn't quite put my finger on why he ran the other day. His first start, as I said, I let him leave out of there. Then he felt a little shaky. I doubled him up, put him in the hole. The other night, I'm even money. I'm in no hurry. They're all looking for me. So all I have to do is float out, wait for everybody to get out of the way, and push on to the front. Probably let somebody remove, sit in the two-hole or dump him in a hole. It really didn't matter. And I never got a chance to do any of that because he ran right as they said go. And I really, as I said, I wasn't pushing him. Maybe I was letting him be too quiet. This is all going through my mind as I'm well back now, you know, watching the race unfold from quite a far distance behind. What just happened? Why did it happen? Now, sometimes you never get an answer. Sometimes it takes a while, and sometimes you know immediately. Somewhere in between a little while and immediately we found out what had happened. I'm coming off the track, and you know, you could see, Jason could see the same thing I was saying. We were in no hurry. He was floating along. Maybe I let him be too quiet. I just don't buy into that. Wasn't until about 10 minutes later, Jason and I are talking it out. You know, what's going on. Obviously, his first inclination and my first inclination were very similar. You know, we've been playing with fire for quite a while, even with these flip-flops and no grab up front. Guys, Ollie. You know, what, is that it? You even though he's raced 3 times, even though, he trotted 56-1 at Northfield Park, which was a very deep track that night. Maybe that was it. I looked at Jason. I said, hey, make sure Kirby checks his elbows. Usually you'll see a little hair missing, a little mark, but we didn't have to. Both of us wandered over towards Kirby, and I saw Kirby washing his elbow area, and he wiped his hand and he looked at it. I knew if he was looking at it exactly what went on. He didn't just take the hair off, and he cut his left elbow, so he hit his elbow. I went back and watched the video. You can see he's always had that. He's always been a suspect of having a gait that could lead to a horse touching his elbows. But then again, you have that no grab, you have that flip flop. He grows a lot of heel. You have a lot of reasons why he could get into his elbows, but he's raced like that all year. Now, the bad news is he made a break going for 48,000. The good news is there was no points for the Sire Stakes on the line. He'll get another crack at them this Saturday. And thank God it didn't happen in the final. If we make the final, that he would have. So what will we do this week? We will change his shoeing a little bit, and we may even add the elbow boots in anticipation that this may happen again. Now, quite frankly, White Tiger, since he was a baby, would the odd time mark his elbow up. Never draw blood, and if he did, it was just a trickle, and it always seemed to be at the end of his shoeing cycle, so when he needed to get shod. So we got in a habit of making sure his ankles were low, his toe was low, and for the most part he would stay out of his elbows. It wasn't until this year it became a problem that we couldn't keep him out of his elbows. What used to be a once in a while occurrence now became an every start occurrence, and we had to add elbow boots. So it took almost 3 full years to get elbow boots on White Tiger. Slim Jimmy's going to get it next. He's going to get them next Saturday evening at Northfield Park. I know if we change his shoes and he trains great and he's nowhere near his elbows, which I think is unlikely, then we won't add them. But I believe he's probably heading towards the application of a set of elbow boots. Not the end of the world. And that most definitely would match up with what I saw. Why would it be the shoeing? Why would he all of a sudden spin off the track and make a break when he had no reason to? And it wasn't the shoeing at all. Now, it might have been the shoeing, but not in that sense. He touched his left elbow and made a break. Touched it in such a manner that he drew blood. So, it's unfortunate, but it happens. I wish I could tell you why Globetrotting made a break the other night. Obviously, Ron Burke is in the middle of Hambletonian weekend. I certainly, wouldn't answer and maybe wouldn't want to entertain the question of, hey Ron, what happened with Globetrotting on Saturday evening or Friday evening? I really don't know what happened, and I don't know that Ronnie would either. I know I had talked to Todd McCarthy in Philadelphia and said, hey, Matt's been kind of just letting her float out of the gate, let her get her feet under her, and then pushing onto the front or not. He came first over and won one day or finished second. But that wasn't the case last night. He was moving her to the front, and she rolled off stride. So I don't really know what to tell you, other than it appears she's on the list now. And I know I haven't fielded that many messages or emails from people saying bring her home. She's not coming home. She's going to have to ride this ship out a little bit. And looking at what this filly has done so far as a 4-year-old, my greatest anticipation is her 5-year-old season, and how good I think she'll be at 5. I know it's really hard for people to look and say, well, wouldn't a 3-year-old be their very best? No, when it comes to trotters, not at all. Some horses take a little bit longer. Some horses, mature quickly and peak rather quickly. Other horses take time, and I think just the maturity physically of Globetrotting, her best year is going to be as a 5-year-old. And as far as a 4-year-old, I'm not going to be in a hurry to make any sudden changes with her. Ron Burke is going to remain the trainer of record of her for a while, and I'm sure a guy who earns $20 million a year in purse money can figure out Globetrotting. So to answer your questions, or to not answer one, I don't know what happened with Globetrotting. I have a suspicion, and most importantly, number 2, no, she is not coming home right now. Now, we did have a good week this week. We'll go over some of the highlights, but I will touch on, in its own segregated video, what we are going to try and do with the Ohio Purchasing Partnership. And that is the first group of people we are looking to put together, and the first lot of money we're looking to put together heading into Ohio. I've talked about it many times heading into sales season, that this year has to be different. I can't continue to string together revenue streams to buy our horses up. It's great for you, but it puts me in a rather awkward and tenuous position heading into the Christmas season. So I think we've shown that, one, we do a pretty good job picking out affordably priced and decent horses. Two, we do a great job developing them and training them and racing them, and we've had a career year thus far. We've had a lot of very, very good horses. Again, when you're talking about having a great year in the same context as Hambletonian Day, no, this isn't the Nancy Tactor stable. This isn't the Ron Burke stable. We run a pretty good stable, but it's built from different means and built for different means, for that matter. I would love to race in the Hambletonian eliminations again and make the final. I would love to race in the Houghton, the Doherty, but we can't focus solely on races like that. Our objective here at the stable is not the Hambletonian, the Houghton, or the Doherty. Our objective is to get people into the game at all different types of budgets and allow them to experience horse racing. Hopefully we will find our way into those races. Those stables are geared a little bit different than ours. Those stables are geared for those races. Ours is geared for the entry into horse racing for our clients. Now, listen, we try to race as many horses as we can. We try to do as well as we can. We've done pretty good. We've had a pretty good run. I had Amy write down the horses that were first and second. I'm looking at about 2022 this week alone. So to say we're having a career year would be wrong. And it only feels that much better because the expectations I had, I was very nervous going into 2021. You had COVID, you had all this uncertainty about racing, didn't know how our stable would be. We had to pick up our family and move to Ohio for the last 3.5 months. Train our horses, for the most part, the bulk of our stable, out of Northfield Park in Cleveland, Ohio. Watch from afar as our trainers did the rest of their jobs, finishing off and racing our horses. A lot of trepidation went into the start of 2021, and for us to have the run we've had has been truly incredible, and an incredible feeling. So when it comes to what we've done, obviously we're heading to race a filly that's undefeated in New York State. It's been a while since we had a real powerhouse in New York State. We've been very fortunate and lucky. Good luck to our clients tomorrow that own Bomb Hugger. We have another undefeated filly in Sweet on Pete. Little different route. It hasn't been the Sire Stakes caliber yet, but she did beat Open to Ohio Company the other day in the Ohio Fair Stake race on, what day was that? Thursday? They went for 36,000. She won at 58 and looked very good doing it. Both these fillies are rocketing forward. And we've had some good luck with our other horses. Taiwan On may have been beat in Pennsylvania, but looked great. And again, it's all about a little more work, diligent work into the management of the horses also. The horses that haven't been productive and aren't good, we've been selling since May. The horses that really, a horse, a perfect example, today, we watched Renegade Gypsy win today. We have raced 2 horses today, 2 or 3? 3 horses today, 2 were victorious. Renegade Gypsy just jogged 57-4 in the pouring rain at Kawartha Downs. What a difference from the 57 and... How can we be out of gas? From the 50... Not out of gas, it's low. Look on... Just got it 3 hours. I think it's 3 hours ago on a truck and trailer. Doesn't matter. Do you want to argue with the truck? Okay, good. So let's just get a gas station. Lord, that caught me off guard. Looking down, the fuel light come on. Good thing we're getting into the Tioga area. I don't think we'll have an issue. It's a little surprising. We're about 20 minutes away, buddy. Where was I? So yeah, you see a horse like Renegade Gypsy just looks so good. Here's a horse that looked lost in the gold at Mohawk and completely overpowered and dominated a good group of horses in the grassroots. Now, they were grassroots company, but he looked like a men against boys And that is just putting horses in where they belong. We've been trying our best to do that all year. Sweet Ambitions was a winner today. That's a first. How far away? It's got to be something closer than that. Sweet Ambitions was very, very good again today. A winner. Easily winning in 59 in Sarnia. She's back in to go Wednesday. But, just scouring over this paper, Kentucky last week. Here, that's the first time we've ever had luck in Kentucky. Fantastic day in Kentucky. Unbeatable Kemp. Second, raced huge.
That's the closest one.
Blue Bayou Dio. I just get us the closest one. That's all right. Blue Bayou Dio was absolutely awesome. 26-4 on the end of it, a mile and 1:56-1. She was incredible. And Garden State Dio was second at 55. All three raced absolutely fantastic. Miss Brampton Beast, again, talk about management. Got her out of that 15 condition claimer, moved her right down into the 7, where she is again this week. And she was a winner, an easy, handy winner in the 7. Now, I know she can do in the 15. She doesn't want to. That's the way it is. So we put her in where she could do. Blue Monk, second again, found the condition claimer for him this week. 1-2 skip a few. Took her to the fairs. That's her second track record of the season. She won by 7 or 8 lengths in 2.5. Now you might say, 2.5. This is a deep farm track. This is a 30-year-old track record we broke. So every year, year in and year out, they race at this fair. And she broke the track record. So admirable. We sold her this week, but she went out with a bang. She absolutely jogged in 55, I believe. World for 2 was second in 54. No shame in that. He was beat by a 3-year-old. Race huge at Georgian Downs. At Glare AM, we had a decision to make. Do we stay in Pennsylvania? Do we go to Kentucky? Or do we move? At Glare, this exit here? Or do we move at Glare AM to Kentucky? We opted for Kentucky. What's that? Or we opted for Ontario, sorry. Looking at the fuel light, I'm getting a little concerned. We opted for Ontario, and she was a winner out of the 9-hole the other night. James said she was very, very good. Won My Heart Hanover, second in 56. Hunter Myers drove her great. You Gotta Believe was second, but again, second in a track record at a fair. It made a break halfway down the lane and raced very, very good. Drew Poor again this week in the Buckeye at Urbana on Tuesday, so that'll be tough sledding, but we'll do what we can. Procrastinator ran off at that fair and looked good. First lifetime win for him, but did it well. This is a horse that got into his knees a little bit at Northfield, ended up racing in a very deep fair track and was a winner. Luck of the Dragon was a winner again. 2-year-old pacing colt. First.
Don't do this. Don't get off.
Why?
He doesn't go back that way.
So where are we going? I don't really care as long
Look
as
at how
we.
far back we have to go.
Oh, okay. We'll just find one up here. Luck of the Dragon was an easy winner also, as was Confederate Cruiser. All three were we swept the whole 2-year-old pacing colt division at the Bowling Green Fair. Now, I'd said in a video earlier this week, if you guys have an opportunity to, do yourself a favor, go to the Wood County Fair next year, end of July. It was first part of August. It was absolutely fantastic. Steve Bates and everybody connected to that fair. It is massive, too, and they do such a great job. It's just a great, great feeling being there. I love the fairs. I love that fair mentality, that grassroots feel that comes with the fairs, and Steve and them definitely put that into play. Century Invictus absolutely jogged in his last race at Grand River Raceway, and then obviously Italian Grit Race good again. Travis Henry is putting everything together with that guy. First Glance was second in 53-3. I keep telling you guys, it's so hard. There's no easy racing anywhere. First Glance had to go in 53-3 to make do and finish second. Just so frustrating. And Grand River's not a fast half-mile track. This colt to be second in 53-3 was shocking, to say the least. And then we ended up with the 2 horses last night. We had an okay day heading into last night, and then, man, oh man, Spirited Dio was an absolute beast, winning in 153-3. Now, we did find out after the race she bled a little bit. We did have her scoped afterwards just to make sure. There's nothing at this exit here. Oh, that's weird. And Spirited Dio raced absolutely fantastic, but did scope a little bit of blood. We're going to have to put her on the Lasix program, next week. So 11 days she's going to go on it. So what kind of a horse is she to go out and come first over, winning 153-3, last quarter in 27-3, and then scoped a little more than 1, a little less than 2, I think, out of 5 for blood. But it is what it is, and when you're talking about the heat in the summer and all the work she's done, I think it's probably easier just to put her on the Lasix program, so we will. And then in the last race, to see Path of Totality rip a shoe off the quarter pole and race so good again. She just raced great. So great to see Path of Totality race great. Great to see the week that we had, the summer we are having, and really just hope and pray that it keeps going, because it is some kind of ride. So for those of you... Sweet Ambitions and Gypsy, I talked about both of them. Yes, talked about all of them. So next week we are going to be doing a lot of racing. I have to go back to Kentucky on Sunday. Monday we have to go back, so a week from Monday go back and race Taiwan on the Poconos this time. Saturday we have Slim Jimmy in Northfield. Saturday afternoon we are at a fair, I believe. Friday afternoon we're at a fair. Just a lot of racing going on this week. So, can't wait to get to it. It all starts tomorrow with Bomb Hugger. Again, there'll be a separate video about the funds we're trying to put together for the Ohio sale. This is a very, very big sale for us. When you look at the total construct of the stable.ca, the role that Ohio plays is immense. So, it's only fair that we get out in front of this and do the best we can to put a real good, sizable chunk of money together to purchase the next wave, the next crop, the 2022 season of Ohio Standardbred yearlings. So that is your opening. Not as long as it's been the last couple of weeks, but we're on our way to Tioga. Hopefully we get there soon. We'll see. Fully fueled. We'll see how things go tomorrow. But again, I hope you're all having a great run. I hope you're all had a great weekend. The Hambo was great. The Houghton was great. So happy and proud for my brother Mark winning the Houghton with King of the North. And hopefully we can come right back with the win tomorrow with Bomb Hugger. So we'll talk to you all soon. As I said, hope everything is well with all of you. Hope you're having a great summer. Take care.